Hi there, welcome to Amethyst Light Therapies. My name is Laura. So today we have a pick a card reading. This is intended for the month of December 2024, but if you're seeing this at another time, know that there might be messages here for you. For those who haven't checked out our collective energy reading for this month, you'll see the link to it down in the description box. Also, once you've selected, you can go to your timestamp. So the options are, I have three tarot decks, the Rider-Waite Tarot, and if you like to pick with crystals, I have selected selenite to go with the Rider-Waite Tarot. And then we have the Good Tarot by Colette Baron-Reid, and that one is coupled with the 7 chakra pyramid. And then option 3 is the Tarot of the Hidden Realm by Barbara Moore. And that one's paired with a Vera Cruz amethyst point. So take the time that you need. I will place an image of your 3 options and you can pause the video. I'll see you on the other side. Welcome to those who picked the Rider-Waite Tarot and the selenite. Okay, let's have a look. What messages are coming through today for those who picked option 1? Let's see. I get a sense of dread. When I say dread, I feel like there's something you're dreading. There's a decision that you need to make that you know it's going to ruffle some feathers. Likely you're apprehensive about finalizing that decision or finalizing something, going ahead. Let's see. It's not because you don't, it's, you know this is the right choice, but you also feel apprehensive about the choice. So you know what you need to do for you, yet you might in the past not have chosen your needs. Okay, let's see what else is coming through tarot cards. Come on, tarot, speak, speak, speak. Okay, that's it. Let's have a look. Yeah, you're coming to some realizations. Perhaps some people are not what you thought or who you thought, or some true colors are coming to light. Yeah, you're seeing things clearly. And this is all about boundaries too. The Queen of Swords is not afraid to make those decisions. She sees things clearly. She will cut you off if you overstep. And this is acknowledgement, I feel, that you are seeing things clearly now. Okay. Yes, because there is a new beginning coming for you. And likely this is something that you've been waiting on or hoping for or searching for. Very aligned with your passions and your goals. But in order for you to take this opportunity, if it's an opportunity or if you're going ahead with it, for you to take this opportunity, you need to stand firm. Yep. You need to take this and grasp it. It's a firmer grip, this Ace of Wands, it's a firmer grip. See how the thumb's like this? You can't just, sort of half-heartedly take this opportunity. You need to go all in. Yes, interesting that you have the Ace of Wands and also the 10 of Wands. So you have come to a point of seeing things clearly. There's new opportunities for you with a lot of potential. But you're feeling the burden of responsibility because you have to take ownership of what you want, and you actually have to acknowledge it. And actually you have to prioritize it, and maybe you're apprehensive about that. All right. Yes, and this is likely to do with work as well, because here I see that sometimes the 3 of Pentacles talks to me about collaborative efforts, but here I see that people are watching you and they're not quite liking what they see because you're taking ownership and taking control, and you're mastering your craft, and other people want to tell you what you should do, but you know best, and you already know this decision. You have to make the Two of Swords. You need to make a decision. And it's not head over heart. It's getting them both into alignment. You don't want to see this clearly because I get a sense of you second guessing yourself. And I feel like if you want to succeed and you want financial security, money flowing, if you want to not be in that space of lack, you do need to make this decision because you already know that this is in your best interest. So you've been waiting too long. Yes, and see, you have been manifesting. But what I get from this card, the Magician card, is that you have everything you need at your disposal. You don't need anyone else. You don't need the go-ahead from anyone else. You have everything that you need. So, yes, there will be some chaos likely, and I feel this is more on a communication level and interpersonal interactions, and likely to this is saying that things might be difficult, but that's not from a financial standpoint. That's you've got to put the work in, but also you have to maintain those boundaries and do not listen to the naysayers. Everyone will put their 2 cents worth in, and you're being told to stay clear of all that. Likely you want to step out of a space where you know there's been gossiping and you know people smile to your face and stab you in the back, or at the very least talk behind your back and also share what they shouldn't be sharing because they share personal information, or they share things that you might have told them in confidence, but they also mistell the story. They mistell the story, and you know why? Because they want to minimize you. This might be a subconscious thing that they're doing. This might be a subconscious thing. But regardless, they want to keep you in your place because they don't want you to be grander than they are. And that's the thing. Everyone can stand in their power and shine without overshadowing or outshining anyone else. It's a false belief because that shine, that brilliance, that's from within and that's innate, it's natural, everyone has it. But you see, when you shine, you make other people feel uncomfortable who have not accepted that own brilliance within themselves, that have layers upon layers of conditioning and doubt, but also denial. Because it takes work to get to that point, and you've done the work. But not everyone's done the work, even if they say they've done the work. They haven't done the work, or have not continued the work. They might have done work, but they haven't continued the work. You never get to a point where that's the pinnacle, because if you do, then you don't need to be in this life anymore. Life happens and we need to experience it. Once you put yourself on a pedestal, it's only a matter of time before you fall off, because that's not long lasting. Instead, just own who you are. That is amazing. So, Queen of Wands, independent you, entrepreneur, powerful, spiritual, driving force to your success. That is you. So go forth. She wants to stand up tall. She wants to be on the pedestal. She wants to be above the fray. And that's what you're doing. You're staying above the fray, and you're trying to hold on. Not trying, you actually are succeeding. Hold on to your joy. Hold on to your happiness, your self-confidence. You've regained that, and you will not let anyone knock you down now. You're done with that because you've allowed it too many times before, and you're not seeking that approval now from external sources. You're finding that within yourself, which is brilliant. Okay, numerology card. Let's have a look. See what else is coming through. Ooh. 4, structure, stability, perseverance, putting the work in. You have been doing that. You need to put energy. This is why you're needing to make those choices in alignment with your needs, because you need to put that energy that you give to everyone else all the time into your things. That is perseverance. But with the green, it's telling me you need to nurture those seeds. You need to grow those seeds of inspiration that you've had. You need to put that energy and that time in, and you need to set up space where you can work on it, your craft. Keep going. But this is also saying that you have done it. And then we have 5, which is change. Things are shifting for you. I don't get a negative from this card. I get a very positive energy. This is things shifting into your favor, in your favor. I love that you get the 4 and the 5, which is progress. And if you have not checked out the collective reading, go have a look at that, because it talks all about leadership. This card came up in that reading too. And change as well, actually. So leadership. This is interesting because I feel that there is resistance to you standing at the fore. And I get a sense of there is an internal resistance, but a lot of that is actually because you're picking up on external resistance. And that's because you're still seeking the outward approval on some level, not on all levels, but there's a sense of, because some people that you might care about, you don't want to make them feel uncomfortable. But you won't, because they can be brilliant in their own right without you, dimming your light and dumbing yourself down. You're being very careful in your approach so as to not ruffle feathers, but it really is time for you to step forward. And I love that that's a 9. And also perseverance and change, 4 and 5, they add to 9 too. So this is a given. You will succeed. Or it feels like I didn't even shuffle the cards because the 99 came through as well. Another 9 and a 9, I think, and I just saw 11 on the camera. So this is a gateway that you're stepping through. This is, you're on the right path. You're doing what you need to do. And all these 9s, this is cycles closing out. And I feel that's necessary for the new year. All these cycles, it's kind of like you're recognizing bang, 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 bang. Oh my God, there's been so many changes and endings. But on the other side of that, beautiful blossoming and brand new beginnings. So it's beautiful. Okay, let's get Divine Masters card to finish off. Let's see. It's a beautiful one. We have, Gaia, resilient spirit. There's a lot of love coming in for you from Mother Earth. She recognizes your toil, your trials, and your tribulations. Gaia is very nourishing for us. She's asking you to let yourself be held and receive, because you've done so much and you have been healing. You've not only been healing yourself, but you've been healing others. Your growth assists the earth. Mother Earth is here to hold you in this space, in your time of need, but also in your time of success. You have a strong connection to the earth. If you have not been getting outside or not doing that grounding, you're being encouraged to really drop into Mother Earth now. Allow her to hold you. There's an element of fertility here too. Allow her to fill you back up. She is depicted a lot of the time as the pregnant woman. And so here she gives you that energy, that rebirth, that nourishment that you need. So allow her to come in for you now. Beautiful. Stay rooted, trust and have faith. That's a beautiful message. You have a strong connection to Earth Mother. It's beautiful. Okay, I'm going to leave that with you today. Thank you. Hello there, welcome to those who picked number 2, which is The Good Tarot by Colette Baron-Reid, and also the 7 Chakra Pyramid. Okay, let's see what's coming through. Let's see. Have faith. Things are unfolding. Have faith. It will only be a matter of time. Things are unfolding and there is growth. Or there's excitement. Much more opportunity. Success. Beautiful. Let's see what else. Okay, that's it. Now, I might have the cards upside down, but I don't read reversals, so unless I really get called to. Let's see. Yeah, I think I do. Ace of Earth, what did I say? New beginnings, progress, success, growth, new opportunities. 9 of Air. The 9 of Air talks about letting go of fear and doubt. You might have had some sleepless nights. This is preparing you for an end of a cycle. So if this has been more at the fore recently, that's because you're at the precipice of change. So get clear. What's your thoughts? Flip the script. When those fears and doubts come in, don't resist them. Just go, thank you. I know that these thoughts have served a purpose, but I choose this thought. I choose this belief. This is what I choose for myself moving forward. And you just keep flipping that script. If you haven't looked at the work of Reagan Hillier, I recommend maybe you look into her with that power of manifestation. Okay, High Priestess. Beautiful. High Priestess, strongly intuitive, but this is also about balance. You're needing the balance of the spiritual and the physical. You're needing to bring them into balance. Ground that energy into practice. Because the High Priestess likes operating in the spiritual. She likes to meditate and she likes to be up here. Sometimes she prefers it because she doesn't want to always be in the 3D or the human reality. But you can have both in harmony with one another. Yeah, 5 of Fire. So what I feel from this new beginnings, but first, as you even as you start that process, the 9 of Air is like that you'll have some resistance, internal resistance, and with those thoughts and those doubts. And the way you move through that is by being more conscious and leaning into the spiritual, but also grounding it into the physical. That will help you move through. And likely sometimes you find yourself either all up in your head or very much focused on the upper chakras. And this is about having them all in alignment and balance and being grounded. The deeper the roots, the higher the reach, the stronger the connection, because you can really hold more light, more energy if you are deep, deep, deep. It's a falsehood that you can't be grounded and connected. That's false. And once you get into that space, the 5 of Fire, which is about change, it's the wands, can be conflicting interests. But what I feel from this one with that, there's a lot of change. See almost like the butterflies, those white butterflies. This is a beautiful spiritual unfolding, spiritual process for you. Okay. And then the High Priestess, the 5 of Fire, the King of Fire. So this is knowing who you are. You are strong. You are worldly. You are worthy. It's interesting because this is a deeply spiritual, joyful, strong, fiery energy. And then look, we've got that beautiful heart space there. The beautiful heart. Operating from the heart. Okay, that makes more sense now. There's a confusion as to what you want, or maybe what you should focus on first. With the 5 of Fire, the confusion, you're needing to get clear so that you can really be in the King of Wands space, but you've got that Seven of Water. So but the Seven of Water comes in to tell you that all you need to do is go within. The emotion behind it is the key. So what makes you feel happy, what lights you up, what feels good to you. Go within and really find that out for yourself. You have quite a few options. So that's where the illusion is. But your soul knows, your heart knows. You're wanting to focus on what is heart aligned. Okay? And then we have the King of Water. Yes. Because you put a lot of love and emotion and energy into everything you do. So you need to consult the heart. I love this King of Water. Like Poseidon with his trident. Gentleness and joy. Recognizing that emotion needs to flow, not to be held on to, not to be withheld and not to be held on to. Feel it. Because you have everything you need. You just need to get clear of what you want, and then your manifestations will come to fruition, but there's a lack of clarity. That's because you have many options and maybe many ideas. So just what you need to do is just take that moment, be still, and just, okay, Spirit, what do I need to focus on first? And just listen to your heart. It will tell you. It will speak to you. But there are new beginnings, and you've got the Queen of Earth. I love that. You've kind of got the Ace of Earth, and then you finish with the Queen of Earth. And the Queen of Earth is a beautiful energy. She can look after herself. She nurtures herself. She's abundant. She's in flow. She will make what she needs to make happen. And it's kind of like all these brand new beginnings are coming in for you. All you need to do is take hold of them, accept them. You will do the rest. You'll know what to do. But don't just limit yourself at the beginning. Allow the space for them to come in. All right. Let's get an oracle card. Numerology card. All the cards or the decks that I'm using are listed in the description box below. Okay. Let's see. Ooh. Effort. Now there's a twofold message here. Number one, you're doing things the hard way. Doing things the hard way. You're making things harder upon yourself. And this is coming back to getting clear on what you want to do, because you feel like you have to do this and this and this and this and this, and so you feel like nothing gets done to the point where you want it to get done. So pare it back. Think about, okay, what do I feel I need to do first? Maybe you need to write a list. Whatever your process is. Because 13, new beginnings, creation, growth, success with the 3, and then also break down to a 4, which talks about adding practices and procedures in place. But what I more feel is like you've got all these ideas, but you need to write them down, get them out, and go, okay, what do I want to prioritize? That will help you get things done, because I get a sense of a bit of analysis paralysis, so to speak. But also with the effort, this is saying that you need to have confidence in yourself. You're thinking it's going to be harder than it is. And that you think it's going to be harder than it is, it will be. You've got everything you need. You just need to take action on it. But also recognize where you're standing in your own way. Things don't have to be that hard. And then you've got nature, 74. This is about getting out in nature and allowing the natural world to nourish you. But this is also giving yourself a bit of respite as well. You need to have that peace, and you need to get clear. Because when you do, then things will flow much more easily. You'll be on that pathway. And then 66, healing. So I always say 6s as a healing number anyway, but this is telling you that you have the responsibility for your healing process, and also likely this new phase is all about healing, whether it's self-healing or supporting others in their healing and growth. But there's another level and another layer to that which you're unlocking right now through your own healing process. With the 6 and the 6, the double 6, it also breaks down to a 3, so 12, 3. And this is about growth. But what you put effort and energy into will grow and then succeed. The healing will happen. I feel that might be where the focus needs to be at this moment. Healing first. Yeah, healing first. Haha, yes, because then you get the creativity. 3. Yes, so I'll show you. Effort. Nature. If you want to look at the colours, we've got the yellow, which is solar plexus, and the base, the red, and then we've got the green, which is very much heart, but I also see that as growth and abundance and nature and also currency or energy, right? And then you have the healing, and then your creativity, which is a 3, and this is about growth as well. You will achieve. The healing is coming from needing to have that confidence and also allow yourself to be creative and to get in that creative flow. And I think whatever you're needing to focus on a healing level, that is what is standing in your way. But not for long. Not for long. Not for long at all. And it might be just something small that you didn't recognize, but now it's the time. Okay, one last card. Divine Master. Healing is needed. And I say that. You've got Ma'at. Ma'at is the ancient Egyptian goddess of divine justice, fairness, and order. And she's telling you that it's okay to lay down these pains now, to allow yourself to be held and supported through this process. There's an awakening and a shifting happening, but there's some past hurts, deep-seated hurts that you're needing to release. Recognize that you don't need to hold on to them anymore, likely that you have been healing this, but it's a deep-seated. Karmic release might be necessary because this could be connected to a past life as well. I'm really getting strongly that it is connected to a past life as well, a recurring theme. You don't need to worry. You don't need to focus on that anymore because divine justice will be served in your absence. You need to live your life and you need to move forward. You don't need to hold this anymore. Allow it to be held for you, to be carried away on the wings of angels and bring you peace. Make peace. You can't change the past, and you can't change what happened and what your part and other people's parts, but what you can do now is choose how you will operate and live your life with the wisdom, grace, and understanding that you have gained from these difficulties. When I said that you have choices and options before, this is about weighing them up. What is in integrity and what is for the highest good, what is for your highest good. Not what will make other people happy, but what is for your highest good. That is the information coming through. If you allow yourself that space, you go out in nature, get clear and be still, you will receive the answers you need, but you do need to make time and space for it. Allow yourself to be open to the receiving of that insight. There's distractions around you. And not everything is for your highest good, even though on the surface it might present itself as such, but it's actually limiting you and holding you back. Okay, I'm going to leave that there for you today. Thank you for joining me. Hi there. Welcome to those who picked number 3, the Tarot of the Hidden Realm by Barbara Moore and the Vera Cruz Amethyst Point. Okay, so these will be your messages for the month of December. These 2 flipped, so let's put them here. Queen of Cups and King of Pentacles, and I saw the Ace of Wands. So there's progress or new beginnings in relationships, more stability, more emotional, excuse the noise, I hope you can't hear that outside. Okay, more emotional fulfillment. Let's see, what else? Focus on relationships. Okay, that's it. So what has been impeding the process is the thoughts. 4 of Swords, needing to take some respite, some time out. Likely you've been all in your head, but you are changing that. And that's just about having more time for yourself, rest, rejuvenation. I almost feel with the 4 of Swords that you're being asked to take a step back and rest, rejuvenate. Present King of Cups. So the King of Cups as well. Interesting. And this is definitely in regards to a situation with someone that you're connecting with. And I feel this is more on a romantic level, but it could be friends or family. There's a second guessing that has been happening. This person's very deep. They might not always share the emotion, and they might not express how they're feeling in clear terms, but they do feel quite deeply and intensely, and they also are aware. They watch and they listen and they take it on board, even if at the time it feels like it's falling on deaf ears, right? Then you get the King of Wands. Interesting. So there is some interference and confusion on your end. You're weighing up your options. Now, this does not have to be romantically, and maybe this is more about this was my expectation, and this is not what I expected. But is this what I'm meant to have? Does this make sense to me? Is this soulful? Is this a true and strong connection? Is this actually what I want now that I have received it? Because a lot of the time we think we know what we want, and even on some level that's what we're searching for. But it's funny enough, all of what we search for actually is found within, and everything else is an extra. So rather than judging on, but it doesn't have this, but it doesn't have that, judge it on its merit. When I say judge, I mean assessment, not judgment. Assess your connection. And if it's not here yet, when it comes, assess it on the feelings, the interaction, on what it is, not what it is lacking. That does not mean to put up with the bare minimum. That is saying that are your expectations actually what you want, what you need? Is it aligned with your truth? Because you have everything you need. And you have connections that are spiritual, deeply spiritual, as in you talk about spiritual things. But do not mistake talking about spirituality and the divine and angels and past lives as being the only form of spiritual connection. If this person is more King of Pentacles, grounded and supportive and caring and a bit more practical, but they make you laugh and they're just the best, most kind-hearted person, but they're not really into talking about dragons and doing meditation. They do their own form of alignment. That doesn't mean it's not a spiritual connection. Doesn't mean it's not meant to be. There's a misconception that your divine counterpart has to be a meditation teacher or a spiritual mentor. It is a misconception. Does that make sense? I feel like sometimes we discount a person because they're not operating in a certain sphere, but they are spiritual. It's just not on the surface. This is what I show, this is what I talk about. It's more in here, and their values and who they are and how they vibrate and resonate. It doesn't have to be, I do meditation and I teach yoga. It doesn't have to be. Six of Swords. Moving to calmer waters, when you have the realization of what you want and what makes sense to you and what is aligned with your truth, things will shift. And your relationship, if you're in one now, will reach some smoother, calmer waters. Otherwise, you will find that your external reality matches up. Interesting. That's an interesting message. The Blasted Beach. Now, that is the Tower card. And this is wanting to be more over the Six of Swords, which tells me that this is more in the realm of your thoughts. It's being broken down. It's falling away. But in that process, it might be a little bit uncomfortable. There is a sense of walking away from a situation. This doesn't have to be a relationship. This could be walking away from a way of being, walking away from judgment. What I feel from this card is you're walking away from a certain situation that has been influencing your mindset in a negative way. Tower, falling down. Five of Swords, yes, that's exactly what I said, mindset. And this is external influence, but you're taking that on board, and that, hence the problem. Eight of Swords, it's holding you back. You're not stuck, but this is holding you back because you think you're stuck, and also because you're listening to external influences. And if you're not, it's more about the energy. You once thought this space or this situation was aligned with you, and now it's not. Knight of Pentacles, but you're getting grounded, you're getting clear, and you've got movement forward. And I feel like you'll receive a sign that everything's going to be okay, and this is meant to be, or what isn't meant to be. You might likely have two options. Now, I want to say to you, these two options, one is more gentle connection. The other one seems more fiery, more, I want to say, like a bit more not fiery as such. It's just not, it's not consistent. And usually I say the King of Wands is quite a beautiful energy, but I'm getting a sense of this is still a lingering of the night, and it's in and out, and it's not. Sometimes you think, oh, this is a very highly spiritual thing, and then other times you think, oh, actually there's something under the surface, something, an undercurrent that I can't quite pinpoint. But you're ignoring that for the other highs. It's like a high, low, high, low. You're ignoring the lows for the highs, if that makes sense. One more. Eight of Wands. You'll have clarity though, and things are going to start moving forward. But know that as you start pacing or evening out, other people and situations are going to rear up because there's a sense of a lot of things that have been bogging you down in people and situations, etc. And that you're getting in a good space. It's like they're trying to grasp, okay? That might have been around in circles, but bear with me. Let's see, numerology. Ooh, new beginnings. Haha, yep, new beginnings. Now, these new beginnings. I feel this is in the realm of your path and purpose, yes, but also this is on a physical and financial level. Yes. The Pride card. This is a sense of to have these new beginnings, right? Because you start with the 9. You need to let go of your need to be right and your need to know that this is the right path. You need to listen more to your intuition and go with the flow, because that's how you will get onto the other side of this. New beginnings, 19 is 10, which breaks down to a 1 as well. There's endings, and I feel like you haven't wasted time. If you feel like, oh, I want to stop doing this or leave this space, but I enjoy the being important or something like that, just know that this space is not for you anymore. It's kind of like you haven't failed just because you're moving on. That's more to the point. You haven't failed just because you're moving on. Don't let the pride get in the way. And I don't mean that you're being with an overinflated ego or anything. It's more that, I've put time and energy and effort into this and I can do it. I'm good at this, but that doesn't matter. You can be good at that and still move on and make changes and allow for brand new beginnings to come in. I feel like this situation, there's another situation that is influencing home and relationship. Yes, and listen to yourself. You're needing a timeout, and if you haven't been or haven't had that yet, it's coming, or you need to prioritize timeout. And it's funny, 3 and 7. This is all about having the space to create, but also time out so you can see what's not serving you, so you can let go and move forward with much more clarity. I want one more numerology card. But have patience. Try not to go like a bull out of the gate. Things will flow as long as you don't resist the process and try to rush it, because things will move quicker if you are in flow. If you try to rush and think about how much time you don't have or how long it's taking, then you miss key steps. Now, with relationships, this is also having patience with people, and also you might be needing time out either from a relationship or situation, or you're needing time together. You need space to enjoy time and really solidify or bring in that new beginning. Right, Divine Masters, let's see what spiritual or divine energy is working with group 3 at the moment. Let's see. Or what messages do they have? What messages? Let's see. Hope that all made sense. So, you have asked for this karmic clearing. You've asked for that which is not aligned with you to be released. Now, Divine Severance, Kali Ma. Goddess Kali, she is a tough love kind of energy, but it is all for your highest good. She will tell you as it is. She's telling you now that you've been told multiple times or had those intuitive nudges multiple times that you need to move on, that you need to let go, that this is the truth of the situation, that what people are telling you is not actually what is, because a lot of the time you're second guessing your intuition for face value. You're allowing yourself to be manipulated in situations, and you know you are, but you're still allowing it, or this was past energy. You've asked for a sign This is your sign that you do need to release this situation. This path is not for you anymore. You cannot grow any further. You've hit the ceiling. And that is not a judgment on anyone or anything, but this is just the truth. So now, if you wish to move forward, if you wish to continue to grow and evolve, you do need to step out. And I'm hearing a step out on your own. Step out on your own. And you might say this is easier to be said than done, but I'm telling you now, if you allow these current cycles to play on for another year, you will miss the boat and you'll have to settle for less than what you deserve. So, what do you choose? Do you choose to be stagnant? Do you choose to be scraping the bottom of the barrel? Do you choose to be only receive that which you are given by others? Or do you choose to reach for more? To recognize that there is no lack and that there is enough, more than enough for you and for everyone, and take hold of it now. Very interesting. Thank you, Kalima. All right. Well, I might leave that with you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. I intend to share more readings on this in this space, and so keep an eye out. Please follow us on Facebook and Instagram. That would be wonderful. Sending you lots of love and light.